different background, guys. I'm currently on vacation for the holidays, so I don't want to miss these calls. So I just opted to do it with this surfboard photo behind me. So super excited. Yesterday, I got on here and I wasn't in the charts as much just because it was Tuesday and inspiration just started flowing through me. And I think a lot of you guys don't need to always hear about charts and candlestick patterns and all of that stuff. There's an aspect of this trading life that is solely centered around your psychology. So I want to help you guys work through unconscious or subconscious fear blockages that aren't getting you to where you need to be when it comes to trading, because we all want the same thing, which is just to simply be profitable, right? But I noticed just working with so many people, so many new traders, so many advanced traders, some of the best in the world. Um, Psychology is the differentiator. So if you are struggling with your psychology, you have to step back and go, what's causing it? Where's the fear coming from? What's inducing this? Is this really coming from the markets, or is this coming from another aspect in my life that's kind of just reflecting over into the markets? So all those things matter, but I do think I can't wait to get in here and get in here and just look at the charts, guys. I think we've had some pretty beautiful plays. Odd Swiss franc is looking like it's starting to shape up nicely. So let's go ahead and get in here to the news. I always like to start with Forex Factory, guys. And this session is not going to be as long for a couple of reasons. We are in the holidays this week, so I don't know if you guys follow the Surge Trader Instagram. You should be, or Brandon's Instagram, or mine. You've seen a video talk about lower volatility during this week because of lower volume, right? When people go on vacation, there's not as many people circulating money in the markets right now because you have people not in front of the charts, right? So you'll see a little bit of volatility slow down, but there's still plenty of opportunity. But be patient, be selective. We are in Q4, so Q4 is when the holidays really start hitting, and so volatility does tend to slow up. But it doesn't mean that structure does anything different. You're still going to get your trade setups, but it's a period of the year where you do want to be a little more selective and really take the trades that are meeting all of your criteria. So here we are, guys. This is Wednesday, November 22nd. Guys, I started doing these calls on August 28th. I'll never forget it. And that first week, I said time is going to fly, especially when you're trying to learn to trade, right? These weeks, you blink and they're over. And it's already November 22nd, guys. So we've been on this for a month and some change here. And great progress. I've seen people getting funded. I have people messaging me, "Hey, I got funded off of your call out," and that's what we're here to do, and that's what trading's all about. Like, if we can help each other move this process along, because it's not an easy process, there's going to be a lot more profitability walking around out there. So, taking a look at news, we have, excuse me, 8:30 USD news, red folder. So it's unemployment claims. So guys, you can actually see some volatility come into play, and it's already technically 8:30. So that news is already hit. Let me refresh just so we can get it accurate. 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. is next. So we have USD news at 10 a.m. as well. And then we have 11:30 CAD news. Okay, so we have USD and we have CAD news coming at 11:30. So guys, if you're trading any USD pair, if you're trading any CAD pair, this could be important for you and your currency pairs. So that's why I check news. I don't really care about the folder too much, guys. I just like to come in here and say, hey, what folder, when, what pair. And it's simple as that. I do check every time before I get into the markets, guys, because one thing I don't want to do is disregard the news and I catch myself entering on a major news drop, not knowing that there was news. So I tend to either already be in the market before major news drops, or I tend to wait for the news to drop, then I find entry. But hardly ever, a rare occasion last week on CPI when I entered on CPI during New York session on UCAD, but that's a very rare occasion. I don't do that often. So don't get freaked out by news. You're going to hear people talk about FOMC. You're going to hear people talk about NFP. Guys, all of that stuff holds the same weight. It's not more important than another news event. Don't overhype it. Don't make it more than what it is. If you have a good trade setup and structure is telling you that this trade setup is meeting your criteria, then don't change everything because of the news. Go with what the structure is telling you, because most of the times what you see with news events and their releases is that they either perpetuate the trend or they kind of just play around liquidity levels and do nothing. So don't overemphasize, guys. All right, let's move over to Forex Factory is done with. So let's move over to odd Swiss francs. So we'll start with the DXY because I think it's most important. So on the DXY currently, guys, you can see that we're quite bearish. We're just printing all of these new lows on the 4-hour time frame. If you don't know what kind of trader I am like a little bit of a swing outlook with intraday scale-in game. So I like the 4-hour time frame, and then I hop down to the 1 hour to find optimal entries and really take advantage, excuse me, guys, of that risk to reward. All right. So DXY is bearish. Gold called this out to my team actually. But we can remark this because we have a new high. So anytime there's a new high, guys, in the markets, that means price was created off of a higher low, right? So you're always going to have a higher low that's responsible for the higher high. All right. And there's my higher high right in here. I'm going to place the last line of defense box here. All right. And I guess, I could change this over to, this is a gold 4-hour last line of defense. So what do I do with this information? I understand that price can run all the way here before continuing, but as long as we either stay equal to or above that last line of defense, that higher low that is responsible for the highest point in the market, relevant price action right here, highest point, that's where I put my last line of defense. And that's just basically an indicator to say, hey, structure can't violate here in order to maintain a bullish trend. So I'm going to look for price to actually come back into this area right in here before taking more buys. But I think gold is setting up. Odd Swiss franc, this is when I'm still in. I mean, this pair just moves slow as hell to begin with. So waiting for this thing has been definitely a trial. It's funny. I got my first entry here, so I'm in profit break even on that one. But then I've scaled in like here, right? And I'm just going to show you what the ebb and flows of trading look like, right? So this is my first entry, went into profit break even, and I'm just in profit, right? So I've already padded a little bit of my equity there. So here's the new high. I scaled in here as well, and you can see that I was actually up like $600 on this particular trade alone. But because when you understand structure and when you understand market movement and fluctuation, price came all the way back to my entry on here, and I watched $600 of profit just go away, right? So my original profit, but there's the second and third entry running that was up in profit and came all the way back, and now I'm just like fluctuating around, a little bit of drawback and a little bit of profit, right? Nothing crazy, but that's part of my strategy, guys. I am a swing outlook trader, so this is my 4-hour high that I'm looking to get back to, and you can see that on these lower time frames, on this 1 hour, and I'll go ahead and drop down. I might even go 2 hour. And you guys can't drop into the 2-hour time frame unless you have, I believe, the upgraded trading view. I think the standard time frames are like 1 hour, 4 hour daily, things like that. But this is one where I can get into the 2 hours. So you can see that we have this new internal high, and this was the setup I called last week. I actually posted this on my Instagram as well before this played out. I took a video of me marking it up, and I said, wait for odd Swiss franc to really start to show its hand here. And I mean, this is the move, right? And even this move alone could have gotten it done, but I'm really trying to get back to this high. So I'm going to allow price to develop and play out. But you can see that we then created another internal high here. So there's another new higher high. All new highs do for me, guys, is indicate future highs to come. All right. That's all I'm looking at when it comes to analyzing this market. So new high. So what does this mean? I now have a new last line of defense internally, right? This is my 2-hour last line of defense, and I'll even go ahead and give you guys a marking so you can see that. So 2-hour last line of defense right in here, which means price to get back to this level, we broke over here, broke structure here, created a new high, and you can see that I had this level, this zone marked off, and we came in and we tapped in perfectly right here and created this bearish bullish candlestick, which shows me that an attempted level of support has been trying to establish off of this key structure level that I already like. So for me, I'm actually waiting to see if price can just hold and bounce and bounce. And if we just continue to bounce and reject this level, I'm going to add another entry. I'm going to have like 60 per pip. I have a lot of entries on this right now, guys. But I'm going to allow price to develop. And if we can hold this level again, I'm going to add more entries on. And I'm going to take this to this high. And even from just here to this high it's 84 pips. So I am looking for this move, but I'm also very patient. I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to allow price to take its time, develop. I'm not going to psych myself out of anything. I'm just going to allow this to develop, and that's all I can do. All right, but I'm going to continue to hold my trade. I have no reason to get out. I don't look at my profit screen hardly ever, guys. I have a rule where if I'm in a trade, I'm not allowed to look at the profit screen. I prefer to just look at the chart because my lot size as it gets bigger gives me bigger drawback. Even though I'm not in technically more drawback pip wise, I'm just in more drawback lot size wise. So those numbers look different. And in order to level up and get to the next level of making higher profits, I've got to find ways to make myself comfortable with seeing the difference of numbers and fluctuation on the screen that happens as you increase your lot size. So that's currently where I'm at. So right now I don't look. I mean, right here I'm probably we're getting back to this entry again. What could be a $4,000, $5,000 trade right now is probably $1,000, and that's it. So I'm still waiting, and I'm going to be patient. This doesn't psych me out. I just really stay on my 2-hour time frame. I'm allowed price to print and develop. And again, respecting this level is key, but not breaking beneath this internal level is the most important. So I'm willing to take all this, fluctuation and drawback as long as I maintain my levels and I hold. So, one other thing, guys, you guys can see I'm on the 2-hour time frame. I don't stare at the screen all 2 hours. Like I come back at the last 5 minutes of the 2-hour candlestick because I trade to not trade every day. I trade to not look at a computer screen every single day. I trade to have my time back and my freedom back. I don't want to look at every single candlestick because my philosophy already is I don't enter on open candlesticks. The candlestick must be closed and finished and printed as data in order for me to take an entry. That's not a universal rule. That's not law. That's Lex's rule. That's my rule for myself over time developing my system. Some people, they don't care. All right. For me, I'm okay with this. It's meeting all my criteria, and all I can do is just allow myself to let this develop. I can't make this market do something that I want it to do. All I can do is stay neutral, trust my analysis, trust my risk. I mean, on this scale and entry right here that I took, I'm only risking 11 pips. So even if I took a loss now and this wiped me out, I wouldn't lose anything because my first entry is break even. Well, I would lose something, and then the next couple entries, if they did, would probably be like $300. That's what I'm willing to lose, guys. That's an 11 pip stop loss. Which, guys, anytime I have a stop loss under 15 pips, is the opportunity for me to ramp my lot size up a little bit as long as I'm meeting my criteria, so that this trade can play out and I can make substantial money. So that's kind of how your mentality has to evolve through the cycle. It's not just going to come naturally, guys. It's going to come with putting skin in the game. I have put skin in the game. I have done my due diligence. I have taken my losses. And let me tell you, that's for 3 years, 3 years of a very long, long road before really reaching profitability. And I'm not even at the profitability where I think I should be. So in order to reach those new levels, I got to make sure I'm not psyching myself out of giving myself the opportunity to reach that next milestone and next level up. So sit in it, sit in the discomfort, control your mind. When your mind starts to spiral out, ask yourself why. Are you over leveraging? Is it shifting you to cause you fear because you're afraid to lose this profit? Are you afraid to lose your account because you're over leveraging? A lot of times you're going to go back and be like, okay, all this fear is being derived from a sense of fear of losing money, sense of fear because I've lost before, because my psyche is still remembering those losses. The best gift the trader can have, guys, is short-term memory loss. We do not care what happens. As long as we stayed in controlled risk, we don't care about losses. Not every week is a win, and you'll see that over time. So Swiss franc, I would look to see if we maintain on this level and there's potential scale in. This one's actually still very bearish or bullish. Odd USD, Odd CAD, this is beautiful. I had this call out quite some time ago as well. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little tired today. I'm not even going to analyze this one right now. It's ugly. Still pulling back. NZD CAD is still pulling back, but you can see we have new levels. So I think these are great trades to pay attention to. NZD CAD shaping up for what looks like to me could be a great buy. All right, so here it is. This is what I would be looking for. Oh. Could even say that's like my 3-hour last line of defense. So yeah, as long as we hold this level or stay above, guys, what does it mean for you guys? Bullish movement. Right now, this is a bullish trend. We are printing new highs on the 4 hours. So this is a trade I'm going to keep my eye out on. This one's still spilling. It hasn't done anything. This hasn't moved either. I still have this spilling as well. I think we can get down into these lows here. But we're coming off of a week where there's just going to be slow it's just going to be slow. It's just going to be so slow. Not a ton of volatility. But right now, I guess my favorite trades are NZD CAD, gold, and AUD Swiss franc, as long as we respect this level. Let's see here. Thursday, we got a lot of Euro and GBP news. Thursday, red folder. USD is a bank holiday, so nothing there. Thanksgiving. And then more USD Friday. So let's see what happens tomorrow. GBP and Euro are open, so let's see what we can get. But with that being said, guys, it's 8:46. We went about 16 minutes, and I think this is a great opportunity to wrap it up. And guys, just go practice, go do your due diligence, and just try to get better every single day. And over time, you'll start to see yourself getting better. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. I am here for you guys. Is growth. And if you want to say, well, Lex, I hear you talk about fear blockages. Well, what's some techniques and things I can do to also help maneuver through there? I have some great techniques that I teach, and definitely reach out to me for them. I think it will be really beneficial. I believe that even on the next call, I might even just take the call to not analyze charts. I might just go through techniques to clear fear blockages while you're trading. I think that could be really beneficial and really helpful. So, guys, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go enjoy my vacation with my family. I will see you guys next Tuesday on the live session. Peace.